Good morning, everyone. Yeah, sorry about no video last week. I had actually made a video, and when I went to upload it at Starbucks, my tablet wouldn't upload it, so then I moved the SD card over into my phone, and then was gonna try to get it from my phone to my computer and then upload it to YouTube. And in that process, my phone wiped the SD card, and yeah, lost it. So sorry about not having one last week. But I am going to talk a little bit about what I talked about last weekend, and that is the fact that my social scene still seems to be kind of a lot younger than myself. I'm hanging out with mainly people in their 20s. But even hanging out with a couple of different teenagers, mainly playing Magic with them. It's not like, we're going to town and seeing movies and things like that. It's just more where I hang out and they play Magic, so we play Magic. Speaking of Magic, I must be getting fairly decent at it, because so far 3 people have built decks to combat me. So yeah, apparently they were getting tired of losing. So yeah, I find that entertaining, considering that I've just started to play. And let's see what else. As you can maybe tell, I am in a tent. I'm not in my little hobo hut. I didn't actually get a chance to do a video of that, because a little bit ago somebody had left the slabs and left a bunch of stuff, including a tent, and one of my neighbors picked up all the stuff and hooked me up with a tent. My cot fits in it, so I will be out of the rain, because that's one thing that the hobo hut didn't really do a good job and that was keeping rain out. If it rained out, the tarp had a couple of leaks in it, and often puddles would form above those leaks and just drip down. And like, there were a few areas that was waterproof, but my bed was not one of them. So that kind of blew, so I'm glad to be out of that. I'm also glad to have a tent because of the fact of the flies and stuff around here, the insects. I'll have a place to retreat from them, because we have flies, we have horse flies, we have bot flies, there are scorpions, tarantulas, rattlesnakes, just a few things that make me happy to be inside a screened enclosure. Yep, so that was pretty cool. I mean, I am still accepting donations for buying a little bit more permanent structure, such like a trailer or an RV, or potentially building an A-frame, to get out of the heat, something that's insulated. But this will at least protect me from those other sorts of things. And I didn't have to spend any of my money that is set aside for getting a structure on this tent, because it was just kicked down to me. It's pretty cool. A lot of things like that actually happen here, is things get kicked down from people, generally like travelers, who buy stuff for their stay here, but they can't really take it on the road with them, so they just kick it down to people who are staying around. Lots of free tables. There's also a trade circle that happens every Saturday here. So there's really a lot of different ways that you can get stuff that you need, and not actually have to pay for it, bartering. I don't consider that pay for it. So yeah, definitely lots of different ways to get get needs met. Let's see. Oh yeah, I talked about the bugs here and stuff like that. Yeah, they can get pretty bad. The other day I had happened to slip, or not slip, but I was walking to a restroom at the internet cafe in the middle of, not in the middle of the night, but it was dark out. Moon wasn't out or anything like that. And I messed up my shin on some rebarb, like cut it pretty deep, stuff like that. But cleaned it up, got a bandage on it, scabbed up right away, looking decent. But the other night in my sleep, I happened to actually scrap off some of that scab, and I did not cover it. And then while I was out and about, flies started to land on it, and I'm guessing kind of eat as well, because the very next day it's infected. So I'm currently cleaning out that wound with alcohol and new bandages all the time and keeping it covered. Hopefully I won't have to ruin 20 plus years of not going to the doctor over the fact of some frickin' flies in the desert. So, fingers crossed. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I kind of hang out with younger people, and mainly people in my 20s. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but maybe it might be the fact that I'm still willing to experiment with drugs. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, I have went on a couple of different acid trips. And one of them was a bunch of us got around and did some acid and then created some art. It was kind of like a little art party. Shout out to the art party. It's a political party. So we decided to make some art, and like I readily admit that I am not an artist, and in fact East Jesus is kind of an art community down here that runs a similar woofing type program that I applied to, and was told no, specifically because I admit I'm not an artist. Doesn't mean that I can't support artists, and that's kind of what I did in this at this art party. You know, often people would say things like, "Oh, I really wish I had a hammer so that I could smash this part of this piece of art that we were working on," and we were working with hot coals and stuff like that. So some people thought that was a bad idea, but nonetheless, I made sure that the person who wanted the hammer, because I know that person knows what they're doing, and we would have plenty of time to clear out. I went and got the hammer. So yes, I was very supportive of an artist. And then also there was another artist that wanted to do something with bananas because of bananarchy. And I knew we also had some bananas that were going bad, so I went and got them. So again, I was very supportive of an artist and helped in the creation of the artwork that we eventually sacrificed. So, East Jesus, I think you fucked up. Anyways, so yeah, that was one of the acid trips that I did. And then the other acid trip I did was a night at the Range. And the Range is the musical venue here that, or I guess I should say it's an open mic. Anybody can go up there and tell jokes or what have you not. But generally it's pretty much musicians. And yeah, so kind of had a little bit of profound thinking in it, and it actually came at a moment when I was sitting with one of my friends named Spider, And this very unassuming, squatty, train-hopping woman gets on stage with this guitar that really just looks too big for her. And she sang and played this song that was just so fucking touching. And in that moment, Spider happened to be on her phone, and I remember leaning over and being kind of condescending to her and saying, "A moment is happening. Put down your phone and be in it." And like that really sunk in with me, because I see, like, and I know I'm being a fucking hypocrite right now as I talk into fucking media to communicate to people in the outer world. But like sometimes, like when you're out at your venues and seeing, I don't know, concerts, sporting events, things like that, like, just fucking shut off your phone and be in that moment. Yeah, just some advice. Be in that moment. Enjoy it. Because when you're focusing on your phone to take a picture, to share with the world, and like, I dig that. I actually like watching Facebook, because I get to see what people who maybe I don't necessarily talk too much anymore, like especially people from high school. I've recently added a lot of people from high school, and I really enjoy watching what's going on in their life via Facebook. And yet here I'm telling you, stop, be in the moment. Because I really think that's more important, is actually enjoying the people you're with, enjoying whatever it is you're participating in. And maybe you don't have to shut it off completely, but maybe limit it to one picture an hour or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm a hypocrite talking into this. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, the other thing that I talked about last week is kind of the dating pool around here, which is kind of non-existent. I shouldn't say non-existent, because there are some women that come through here. However, I think I heard something like the number of, for every female here, there are 15 male, something like that. So yeah, the male to female ratio is a little crazy out here. That's not to say that there aren't some attractive females that come through here. And in fact, there are an awful lot. And I've actually thought about making a coffee table book of the women of Slab City. And the reason why, not the reason why, but one of my main influences was, like I said, I have a friend named Spider here. And Spider is, oh God, I don't even know how old she is, but she's in her 20s, pregnant, and does not give a fuck. And I'm not saying that she's like being disrespectful, drinking shit tons of alcohol and doing negative things like that and not giving a fuck, but it's more, she don't give a fuck that she's pregnant. She's gonna be who she is, and dress the way she wants. And one of my favorite, memories that I carry in my brain is sitting at the internet cafe and watching her come walking up in one of those slinky black dresses that you break out for special coming strolling up like she owns the place. And yeah, that's a great memory, and like I really wish I would have captured that on, I can't say film because I own a digital camera, but yeah, I wish I would have got an image of that. And then like, because there's a lot of different people that I see like that, like, oh wow, that'd be a really cool picture, she's really beautiful. And yeah, like, just because people have an alternative look doesn't mean that they're not beautiful, and there are plenty of beautiful people that come through here. And in fact, like, there was this one girl that, and I don't know her name at all. Who knows, she might even want to be referred to as they, has her whole face tattooed all over. And it's of like different tattoos. I don't think it was one like piece that was designed to look like that. I think it was like, oh, I want to do it here, a piece like this here, a piece like that there, and kind of came together. And like, she's dead gorgeous, man. Like, and like I know a lot of people wouldn't see it, but if she was to put makeup on so that you couldn't see that tattoos, yeah, like drop dead gorgeous movie star quality. And yeah, just amazed at the beauty that is out here in a place that most people think is a shithole. And it's just not. And it's like, yes, there is garbage out here, but it's generally not the actual residents who live here year round. They actually often most help in to pitch in to help pick stuff up. It is the people who only come for a short little bit, they haul a bunch of stuff in, and then they just leave it. And I don't think that should reflect on the people of Slab City itself. I do wish and hope that they look into potentially getting grants for cleaning this place up. I do know that the towns of Brawley and Niland, both real close towns to us. In fact, Niland is 4 miles away, and the closest town to us, they got $250,000 for cleanup. Like, we need to start applying for government grants for that so that we can clean up behind the people who do not respect the trail trail etiquette. Like, bring out what you pack out what you pack in. Like, if people would keep that mentality here, this could be a very, very cool place that anybody would come to. But so many people can't see back past some of the trash. And I'll admit, like, when I first came here, I was like, whoa, there is a lot of trash. But now I really see more of the beauty that's around, like the Palo Verde trees, the chocolate mountains, the little lizards and stuff that run around this place. Like, I really don't necessarily see the trash like I used to. It's very, very, very background element, where when I first came here it was in the foreground. But I am hoping that maybe the board, the Slab City, I forget what their actual their nonprofit is, but hopefully they start applying for grants like that so that we can clean this place up. Because yeah, $250,000, get a bunch of dumpsters, rent some bobcats, I would volunteer my time on a Bobcat. I've run plenty of them. Scoop up a lot of this garbage and get it out of here. You know, either that or maybe we do our own landfill here and just start burying it in moving it to one location and burying it. I don't know. But anyways, I think I've rambled on long enough. Yeah, 20 minutes. Again, sorry about last week. Still looking for donations. There should be a link in the bottom of the Facebook page as well as the YouTube page if you want to donate to help me get a better insulated structure for the summer before it gets to be 120 degrees. I also if you go to the YouTube page and want to donate, encourage me to keep on doing these things. I mean, even if it's $1, that just encourages me to do these, that you find it somewhat entertaining. But you got to go to the YouTube page and click on that PayPal button for that. So anyways, peace, love, all that hippie jazz.